A year ago, I completely quit social media. No Instagram, TikTok, X, nothing. Everyone said it was gonna kill my business. Well, I haven't posted in over a year, and guess what happened? My revenue didn't just survive, it actually grew. This isn't some temporary bump. It's been consistently growing since I quit social media. So what makes my approach different? Well, I discovered something that really surprised me that I didn't feel like anyone else was really talking about. YouTube and long form content are becoming way more valuable, not less. But how? Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it. No fluff, no theory, just the exact strategy that I use to generate $500,000 monthly without posting on social media. So the bottom line is you don't need to post more. You need to post smarter. And it's all built off of what I call the knowledge bank business plan, because your experience, your knowledge, your skills should fund your freedom, not fuel your burnout. And I've turned this into a free resource for you to implement for yourself. So it provides you with a step-by-step guide for turning your knowledge and your skills into a successful, profitable business with maximum income and impact. Just type business plan in the comment section below this video, and we'll send over a copy for you on demand. So let me tell you why quitting social media was the best business decision that I have ever made. So I spent years trapped in the social media hamster wheel. A long time ago, I was posting, 3 to 5 times a day across multiple platforms, obsessing over algorithms and watching my engagement numbers like they were vital signs. And for what? A bunch of vanity metrics that weren't really translating into actual revenue. And the brutal truth about social media is that it's designed to keep you addicted. It's not there to help you build a business. In fact, it's built to help you build their businesses, because the amount of time you spend on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, etc., the more ad revenue they earn, the more valuable the platforms become based off your time and attention. So you get hooked on seeing likes, shares, comments, thinking they're business and brand builders when they're really just a trap. The algorithm has an insatiable thirst, demanding more and more content. On the one hand, you get less reach unless you feed the beast daily. On the other hand, even if you have thousands of followers, only a tiny fraction ever sees your content, and an even smaller fraction is actually ready to invest and buy. But even more importantly, all that short form content tends to be low quality, not in production. It still takes time. It's what I call toilet viewing. Think about it this way. So people consume your reels, your TikToks, your tweets, well, killing time, distracting themselves, not when they're really in a buying mindset. It's like dating. It's fast, it's temporary, and it's rarely meaningful. But long form content, that's marriage. It's a commitment that keeps working for you over time. So when someone commits 20, 30, even 60 minutes to watch your YouTube video, they're invested. They're actually there to solve a problem, not just scroll past you in 3 seconds. So this is why my revenue exploded when I stopped chasing fleeting attention and started capturing deep attention with long form content on YouTube. So over time, I discovered that a small, engaged audience who truly values your knowledge and what you're there for is worth infinitely more than 100,000 followers who double tap and move on. But I'm not the only one to experience this. Meet Marguerite and Dixon, 2 immigration attorneys who implemented my strategy. And before working with me, they were stuck in the traditional legal model, trading hours for dollars, limited by the number of clients they could personally handle. And in just 6 months, they replaced both of their lawyer salaries with a scalable online program, teaching couples how to navigate the green card process. The most incredible part about this is they did this with fewer than 5,000 subscribers while working half the time. So here's what Margarita told me. With short form content, after 2 days, our videos stop generating views. They're gone. With YouTube and this approach, our videos keep generating views month after month. We have videos that continue bringing in clients and leads long after we publish them. Okay, so now let's address the elephant in the room. Social media marketing, the way most of it is done, endless random pieces of content which feed a super needy algorithm, which people digest in a fleeting way. It's not peaceful marketing. It's called pressure marketing. Peaceful marketing is something completely different. It's focused, purposeful, completely manageable, and even enjoyable. And today I'm going to share with you how you can become a peaceful marketer. So if you're ready to break free from the social media hustle and focus on creating long-term relationships through peaceful marketing, comment business plan below. And I'll send you a link to my knowledge bank business plan. So when I quit social media and I quit the hustle of it, I chose another route instead, a business that gives me peace, purpose, and profit. So let's look at why each of these are so important, and you might be surprised. So first, let's talk about peace. What if I told you that peace isn't just a nice to have, it's actually a competitive advantage that directly translates to financial success. When your marketing strategy demands constant attention, you're not running a business, the business is running you. You end up making reactive decisions based on urgency rather than strategic decisions based on importance and priority. So here's a simple test to evaluate your current business model. What would happen if you stepped away from your business for 2 weeks? Would it keep growing or would it grind to a halt? That's the true peace test. Peace is about control, creating a predictable income stream that doesn't rely on the volatility of social media platforms or your constant attention. When you're dependent on social media, your revenue can vanish overnight with one algorithm change or a well-deserved vacation. But with our strategy, you build income stability that you can actually count on month after month without having to constantly feed the fire. So let me share a quick example. So one of my clients, Allie, was a yoga teacher and she had to shut down her studio during COVID. But when she started working with us and implementing our model, she put the stress of debt and endless hustle and managing a studio in the past. And today, Allie spends half the year in Costa Rica with her family while her business is generating multiple 5 figures every month on autopilot. So during a recent 2-week vacation, she made $17,000 without checking her email or anything once. That's what's possible when you build systems that work while you rest. Breaking free from the social media hamster wheel doesn't just give you back your time, it restores your mental bandwidth. Instead of thinking frantically about survival, what do I post today? You can think strategically and deeply about growth, which is required for sustainable business success. How do I optimize my systems and all those other big decisions? This mental clarity becomes your hidden advantage in a world distracted and exhausted. Now, let's talk about the purpose factor. So purpose is the why behind everything you do. Purpose isn't about what you make, it's about what you make possible for others. So social media traps you in a cycle of creating content for content's sake. You end up chasing metrics instead of meaning. But what if your business could create actual transformation in people's lives? So Linda is a speaking confidence coach, and she discovered her true purpose through working with us. And while she had the technical skills to teach public speaking, what truly drives her is helping people overcome their anxiety and fear around speaking, the emotional barriers that really hold them back. So she said, I help people uncover and heal the root causes of their speaking anxiety. And I want them to go from a sense of dread to actually loving being in the spotlight. So this deep mission is what keeps her going, not follower counts or social media engagement, because that's fleeting and it's super volatile. Now, Allison's story echoes a very similar truth. As a lactation consultant, she initially created content about breast pumps because the algorithm rewarded it, it liked it. But that wasn't her purpose. Her real mission emerged when she shared, I'm here because I love mothers. I have a deep respect for mothers. I don't care how you feed your baby. I care that you feel good about it. That purpose-driven approach transformed her business from making random pump tutorials to creating a comprehensive program that supports working mothers through their breastfeeding journey. I'm one of those mothers. So her purpose isn't about the mechanics of breastfeeding. It's about empowering working women as they navigate their professional roles with motherhood. So when you build a business around purpose, everything changes. You're no longer just another voice in the social media void, you're creating a legacy of impact. The most successful businesses I've helped build aren't the ones obsessed with follower counts. They're the ones obsessed with client results. They're solving real problems for real human beings. And here's the brilliant part. When your business is built on purpose, marketing actually doesn't feel like a push. It doesn't feel manipulative. It doesn't feel exhausting. Instead, it feels really genuine and like an invitation to transformation. That's generous. So your prospective clients will respond positively to that level of authenticity, and they'll go to you when they're ready to buy, whatever that may be. And that really allows you to increase your impact in a super organic way. So through purpose, you enter into a really nice cycle of growth. And last but not least, that brings us to profit, which is very important. Here's the good news. When you build with purpose and peace, profit does generally follow naturally. So our method maximizes profits for 3 reasons. First, we focus on YouTube as a lead generation machine once you have a proven offer, and it's not the revenue source in and of itself. So we're not relying on things like social media ads or sponsorship or affiliate marketing, which can be really unpredictable and put you on a roller coaster. We really do the opposite. So my whole goal when I create a long form video for YouTube is to get high quality prospects that I've attracted through my content off of the platform and onto my email list, where then I can build relationships, add more value, nurture, and then bring them into my world so that when they're ready to make a buying decision, ideally they're gonna go with us. So second, by automating the nurturing and the conversion process via email, our method is really designed to work 24/7 without having to be present. So this means your earning potential isn't tied to your time or even your content production schedule. Your income can really grow exponentially while your workload remains super manageable. And finally, we maximize profits by concentrating on attracting less rather than more. And I know that sounds totally counterintuitive, but the most profitable businesses that we've helped build and helped others build don't focus on reaching millions. They focus on deeply serving a handful, whether that's hundreds or sometimes even dozens, of ideal clients with premium offers that deliver real value. So depth, not width, that's the golden rule. That gives you so much of your time and mental space back to serve at a really high level. So when you combine peace, purpose, and profit, you get more than just a business. You get a sustainable lifestyle that serves both you and your clients. So when you're trapped in the social media hamster wheel, you're forced to think short term. You're only as relevant as your last post, and that's exhausting. Your business lives and dies by the algorithm's daily whims. When you're in a constant scroll hole, you are subconsciously processing thousands of messages from other people, and you're depriving your brain of thinking an original thought. And now more than ever, authenticity and originality are your greatest competitive advantage. You need to play the long game, strategically building your reputation, influence, and authority over time. So that's what I call authority ascension. And it's really the process where eventually your authority speaks for you. Instead of creating content that disappears within hours and stops working for you within hours, you create assets that continue working for you for years. So every piece of content you publish becomes part of your authority portfolio, proving your expertise and attracting ideal clients even when you're not working. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. When you first start, progress feels really slow. You're putting in an effort without seeing immediate massive returns. But with each piece of content, each client result, and each transformation story, your snowball starts to grow larger and larger. Eventually, you reach a tipping point where momentum takes over. So your content starts ranking higher in search results. People start finding you organically. Previous clients refer new clients. Your authority begins working for you. The key is consistency and strategic content creation. You're not just posting random thoughts. You're deliberately building a body of work that positions you as the go-to expert in your field. This approach requires patience. It's not about viral hits or overnight success. It's about steady, sustainable growth that compounds over time. So while everyone else is chasing trends and algorithms, you're building something that appreciates in value. Your real world experience translates into real world results, which further strengthens your authority. So this creates this really beautiful cycle. The more you help people, the more your authority grows, making it easier to attract new clients who want your help. So this is why I focus on YouTube rather than social media as a whole. It's a platform built for the long game, where content continues to perform and even improve over time rather than disappearing after 24 hours. When Denver, one of my clients, first began implementing the strategy, he had 96 subscribers. He didn't focus on growing that number quickly. Instead, he focused on creating valuable content that would attract his ideal clients, men striving to save their marriages through personal leadership. Today, he's helped thousands of men transform their relationships and generated over $1.4 million in revenue, still with fewer than 3,000 subscribers. That's the power of authority ascension. So the beauty of the long game is that it gets easier the longer you play. You gotta stick with it. So the foundations you build today will support everything you do tomorrow. Your authority compounds just like interest in a well-managed investment account. Let's talk about chasing relevancy versus passive discoverability. When you post on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, you're essentially throwing your content into a bit of a black hole. It might perform well for 24 to 48 hours, and then it's gone forever, buried in the feed, never to be seen again. So there is a better way. Instead of creating content that disappears, focus on creating content that people can find months or even years after you publish it. So you build a discoverability engine in 3 steps. Step 1, create highly targeted content and relevant content that addresses specific problems and pain points of your ideal clients on platforms where your content has longevity. So this is why YouTube works so well. It is the world's 2nd largest search engine where people actively look for solutions, not just entertainment. Step 2, you want to use that content to guide viewers to a free resource that helps them solve a specific problem in exchange for their email address. And step 3 is nurture that relationship through your email list, where you have direct access to your audience without any algorithm standing between you. You actually own that audience. So if you create 2 videos per month for a year, you have 24 video assets working for you around the clock. That's 24 opportunities for new people to discover you every single day. Compare that to social media, where you might need to post 24 times per week just to stay relevant. When you shift from being a content creator to a business owner who uses content strategically, your time is no longer consumed by the constant pressure to post. Your income is no longer dependent on arbitrary algorithm changes. Instead, you're building a consistent, reliable business that works for you, even when you're not working. Now, you might be thinking, but how do I know what kind of content to create? So that will be clearly answered for you using a free proprietary tool that is available to you inside of the Knowledge Bank business plan. So again, just comment business plan below and we'll send you the link to access it on demand. Okay, if your business depends entirely on social media platforms, you are building on rented land. One algorithm change, one account suspension, or one hack can wipe out years of work overnight. And I've seen this happen time and time again, and it's so painful to watch. So this is why your email list is the most valuable asset in your business. Unlike social media, where platforms control who sees your content, your email list gives you direct access to people who have raised their hands and said, yes, I actually want to hear from you. So building a thriving email list starts with a valuable free resource, as I mentioned earlier, that solves a specific problem for your ideal client. So this could be a guide, a checklist, a template, or training video, something that delivers a quick win and showcases your knowledge and expertise. Next, you share valuable content that helps them move further toward their goals. Finally, you present them a clear offer that solves their bigger problem. So the key is to make your emails something people look forward to receiving. Each email should educate, inspire, entertain, or ideally do all 3 simultaneously. So when you do this, selling becomes supernatural and non-pushy because you've already demonstrated your expertise and earned their trust. So your email list becomes this community of people who value what you offer, making them much more likely to invest in your offer when they're ready for that next step. So the best part is the system works while you're not working. As new people discover your content and join your list, they're automatically receiving your nurture sequence, moving them naturally toward becoming clients without you doing any extra work. So unlike follower counts or engagement rates, which are essentially vanity metrics, your email list directly correlates with your revenue potential. So when you build your business on this foundation, you're no longer at the mercy of platform or algorithms or social media trends. You own the audience, giving you true independence and autonomy, and most importantly, stability. Kind of bringing everything together here, what I've shared today isn't just a marketing strategy. It's really a different way to build a business and design a life that works for you. So this approach isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about creating assets rather than just creating content. It's about hopping off the hamster wheel. So it's about building relationships instead of chasing followers. When you build a business this way, you get more than just income. You're going to get peace of mind knowing your business isn't dependent on algorithm changes or platform policies, systems that generate consistent income without constant hustle, freedom to step away from your business without an instant drop in revenue, content that continues to bring you clients for years, not just hours, the ability to focus deeply on serving your clients and making a real impact. And I've seen this approach transform businesses across dozens of industries, from yoga instructors to lawyers to artists, accountants to health coaches, and beyond. So all of this works in conjunction to build your revenue and your profits in your business. And once you get to a place where you are highly profitable and you've been able to build up a runway to create financial security, then you have the beauty and the added benefit of even more peace by being able to reinvest back into the business and buy back your time, whether that's through paid advertising to generate leads through that avenue in conjunction with this strategy, or building a team. That's a beautiful place to be, but you're only able to get there if you do this very strategically. And again, you allow yourself the mental bandwidth and space to hop off the hamster wheel. So if you're ready to take a different approach and build a peaceful business with maximum impact and income, drop business plan below, and I'll send you the link to my Knowledge Bank business plan so you can start implementing this for yourself. Is it going to happen overnight? No, but anything worth doing takes time. So it's time to leave the social media hustle, give yourself your time and your mental space back, and build something that truly lasts and can build a legacy. So if you want to take that a step further, watch this video next on the 6-month plan to build $1 million business without burning out. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments below. I love them. They are my love language, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.